They have stood for more than 4,000 years, older than the Roman Empire, older than the alphabet, as most of the world came to know it. The Great Pyramids of Giza are not merely monuments, they are questions carved in stone. And the closer we look, the more those questions multiply. The Great Pyramid of Khufu, completed around 2560 BCE, originally stood at 146.5 meters, the tallest structure on Earth, for nearly 4,000 years. It is composed of approximately 2.3 million stone blocks, each weighing between 2 and 15 tons. Some granite beams deep inside the structure weigh as much as 80 tons. They were transported from Aswan, over 800 kilometers away. Modern engineers have calculated that to complete the pyramid within Khufu's estimated 20-year reign, workers would have needed to place one block every 2 minutes day and night without stopping. This is not myth. This is arithmetic, and the numbers are staggering. For centuries, the popular imagination assumed slave labor. That image has been decisively overturned. Excavations led by archaeologist Mark Lehner and Egyptologist Zahi Hawass in the 1990s uncovered an entire workers' city near Giza, complete with bakeries, breweries, medical facilities, and organized burial sites with honors. These were paid laborers, skilled craftsmen. People who ate well received medical care and were buried with dignity near the monuments they helped create. The workforce is now estimated at around 20,000 to 30,000 workers at peak construction, a fraction of the hundreds of thousands once imagined. They worked in rotating shifts organized into named teams. Graffiti found inside relieving chambers above the king's chamber reads, "Friends of Khufu." These were men proud of their work. As for the method of construction, no single theory has been universally accepted. Internal ramp systems, external spiral ramps, water lubrication to reduce friction, and combinations of all three have been proposed. What we do know from papyri discovered at the port of Wadi al-Jarf, the oldest papyri ever found, is that a supervisor named Mirar recorded transporting limestone by boat along canals directly to the Giza Plateau. The logistics were not magic. They were mastery. What makes the pyramids truly extraordinary is not just their size, it is their precision. The base of the Great Pyramid covers 53,000 square meters, yet the four sides deviate from a perfect square by less than 58 millimeters. The entire structure is aligned to true north with an accuracy of 0.05 degrees more precise than the Greenwich Observatory, built thousands of years later. The pyramid's base is leveled to within 2.1 centimeters across its entire 230-meter width. Achieving this without modern lasers or surveying equipment would challenge engineers today. Researchers believe the ancient Egyptians used the stars, specifically the circumpolar stars that never set, to determine true north, and possibly a water-filled trench system to establish the level base. Every answer uncovers another layer of ingenuity. This was not primitive construction. This was an ancient civilization operating at the edge of what mathematics and engineering made possible. The interior of Khufu's pyramid is as precisely constructed as its exterior. 3 chambers exist within the structure: the subterranean chamber cut into bedrock, the queen's chamber midway up, and the king's chamber lined entirely in red Aswan granite near the pyramid's heart. Above the king's chamber, 5 relieving chambers distribute the enormous weight of the stone above, protecting the burial space below. 2 narrow shafts extend from the king's and queen's chambers toward the sky. For decades they were thought to be ventilation shafts. Astronomical analysis has shown they align precisely with significant stars in the ancient Egyptian sky, Orion's belt, and Thuban among them. Whether spiritual, astronomical, or both, the intention was deliberate in 2017. The Scan Pyramids project used cosmic ray muon tomography, a technique borrowed from particle physics, to detect a large, previously unknown void above the Grand Gallery. At least 30 meters long, its purpose remains unknown. The pyramid still holds its secrets. The Great Pyramid did not stand alone. The Giza Plateau is a unified complex, 3 major pyramids built by Khufu, his son Khafre, and grandson Menkaura, surrounded by smaller satellite pyramids, causeways, mortuary temples, and the Great Sphinx. The Sphinx, carved from a single limestone outcrop, is believed to represent Khafre, its face gazing eternally eastward, toward the rising sun. Recent geological studies have noted deep erosion, patterns on the Sphinx's enclosure walls that some researchers attribute to prolonged water erosion from rainfall, which would place its construction in a wetter period, potentially thousands of years earlier than the Fourth Dynasty. This theory remains hotly contested, but it illustrates how much about these structures is still open to investigation. The official answer is clear. The pyramids were tombs, monuments to divine kings, designed to ensure their safe passage into eternity and their transformation into gods. Ancient Egyptian theology held that the pharaoh was the living embodiment of Horus and, in death, became Osiris. The pyramid was not just a burial place, it was a cosmic machine, a resurrection device built at the intersection of earth and heaven. The word pyramid in ancient Egyptian was mur, a word whose full meaning remains debated, but which may relate to a place of ascension. Looking up from the base, the converging lines of the pyramid draw the eye toward a single vanishing point in the sky. The shape itself was a statement. The pharaoh rises, empires rose and fell. Languages vanished. Entire civilizations disappeared into the sand, and still they stand. The pyramids of Giza are not a mystery in the way popular culture imagines them. They were not built by lost civilizations or visitors from elsewhere. They were built by human beings, by engineers, mathematicians, administrators, laborers, and artists who understood stone, water, stars, and time in ways that still command our awe. What they built was not merely architecture. It was a declaration that human ambition, collective will, and organized knowledge can leave a mark that outlasts everything. After 4.5 millennia, that mark remains, and it asks us quietly, powerfully, what mark we intend to leave.